glorious day. Good morning. I am getting dressed. I just did my makeup. This is a bonnet that I wear at night to kind of keep my hair off my neck so I don't get hot. I'll spray it with some moisturizing products, and then that's it.
So today we decided to hike over to our property to do some measuring and surveying, really checking things out now that the snow had melted. This is the higher elevation of our property. It's about 100 feet above where I showed you last week. It has a glorious view of Mount Monadnock. There she blows. If we do some clearing, it'll be practically unobstructed. Originally, our dream was to build up here, but we're not multimillionaires and can't afford to really build on this high of elevation and this far away from the road. So now we plan to someday build a cabin with some sort of deck and a place to have bonfires and friends and family visit. In fact, I can see renewing my vows up here. I can't wait. These trees, when they fill in during the fall, are glorious colors. Now down here is my favorite part of the property. This beautiful, beautiful stream.
Alright, I'm standing in the middle of the stream of our property here on a rock. Here we go.
Here, my husband and I actually discovered that the stream splits in two. And up above on the hill, I'll pause it, that's where last week I said,
If you listen, you can hear the stream.
I wanted to take a moment and just listen to the stream. It brings life to the property. It changes, it flows. I will never tire of it.
So remember, the last time we were here when we met with the septic designer, this was like all snowy, and that was just a couple of days ago. So yesterday we got rain and it's almost completely gone. Let's go look at Monadnock, which you can see through the trees here, kind of.
I took this photo last fall.
I don't know if you guys are going to get sick of her, but I just have a real special connection, as I've mentioned before, with mountains. I just love mountains. And so this is the one that I'm going to be looking at for many, 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 many years, probably until I'm not here anymore. So I like her, or him, whatever. And I like him. We got to go measure some stuff. All right, here they come, and there's my cutie. And he's going to tell me how many feet. How many feet?
Hi, Mama.
Hi, Rowan.
I'm coming.
You are coming. How many feet? You can't. 204. Is that enough?
Yes.
So, interestingly enough, and I don't know if I'm going to walk all the way down here, there's a rock wall that was built, we believe, in the 1800s, and it's possible that it was even in the 1700s. There it is, right here. And I'm right in front of it, and it's got an opening. Let me show you. So, this is it. Can you guys see all the rocks here?
It's hard to see because the leaves are caked all throughout the rocks. There's leaves around the rocks, on top of the rocks, and even interspersed. But they are easily cleared, and when we do clear them, the wall is about 2 to 2.25 feet tall. As you can see, it goes all the way across the screen towards the middle of the screen and back down towards the bottom.
Along here and all the way back. Sections of it, like right here, are closer. This is my camera case, but it goes.
I will
all
show
the
you a
way
better view of it in
to
just
the
a moment,
edge.
a part that's not as covered by leaves.
All the way back, but just rock wall. And then there's an opening right here, and that this tree is down. And it has, we believe, this used to be a stagecoach road. As you can see, there's a clearing between these trees, and it's like a natural opening. So this is really flat. We don't want to disturb the rock wall because that's just a cool thing to have. And, you know, historically, and I guess it just keeps going over through the neighbor's property as well over there.
Here I've slowed the video down so you could kind of get a better look. This wall is just over 2.5, maybe 3 feet in places. And I love the history of it. I love that I don't know that much, but I'm going to try to find out as much as I can about why it was built. It may have been here for over 200 years. I will get to the bottom of that mystery. We got a lot done that day and the prior days, but it was stressful.
So the temperature is 32, but it's windy, so I checked the feels like temperature. It's 21. So I'm bundled up and I'm ready to go for a walk and de-stress and recenter. Let's go.
Haven't we made it, my love? Oh, honey, look how we made it this far.
Getting outside, moving my body, breathing fresh air. All of it helps me clear my mind and remember why we're doing all of this. Remember some amazing things that are going to happen and some amazing experiences we've already had. One of my most favorite memories of the trip, this.
It doesn't get any better than this. It just doesn't.
This is where we want to be. This is where I want my daughter to grow up. This is our future home. All of the stress is worth it.
This is peace. So, I just had a nice chit chat with a new friend. And it's always interesting, especially as a female, and maybe as a guy, I don't know, because I'm not one. But when you make new friends as an adult, especially a more seasoned adult, in some ways it feels like a blind date if you're just getting to know someone. Like you go to their house for the first time, walking up this hill. By the way, I live below sea level, so anything anywhere else is a higher altitude, so I'm going to be a little out of breath. But anyway, it's a little bit like a blind date. And I mean, I've met this friend before, but I haven't been to her house and hung out with her, so you feel like a little blind datey. But she's very sweet and I look forward to spending more time with her. But I'm curious, you guys comment below. After the age of 30 or even 40 or 50, when do you make new friends? How do you make new friends? And do they last? Some people don't try. Some people, I think, feel almost as if, look, I have my friends from childhood, I have my sister and my cousins or whatever, I'm just making up random people, but they don't want new people in their lives. They don't want to try, they don't want to put themselves out because it can be hurtful. If you're rejected or you make a new friend and they're like, thanks, but no thanks, they ghost you, just like I said, it's almost like a blind date or a date. So how do you make friends in your older age as an adult? Is it a struggle for you? I'd love to hear your comments. So I think sometimes where you live or what you do or how you put yourself out there makes a difference. I just don't know. I don't know. I guess I just don't know what makes the difference. But one thing I know for sure is that so far here in New Hampshire, everyone's been really welcoming. And I love it. So anyway, I'm almost home. Alrighty, bye for now. Okay, it's late. And I almost forgot, but I promised I would do a Whoopi Pie tasting. So I opened it up. And I did take a bite, but this is the best kind of Whoopi pie I've ever had. Who is this? Steve's? Yes, Steve's Snacks Bakery. This is a vanilla Whoopi pie. I've seen lemon, chocolate, red velvet, any others? I mean, but I always get vanilla or lemon. And it's basically 2 cakes with a cream filling. And it sounds basic, but there's something magical about them, so. It's so good. And the cake is moist, but it's got kind of a firm texture. And then the cream filling is like just like frosting, a sweet frosting. And the cake is sweet, but not overly sweet, so that the frosting balances it out. I can only eat a few bites of this and then I have to be done. So, So, Whoopi pies are a New England specialty. I've not seen them anywhere else, but maybe other places. You guys can let me know in the comments. But the only place I've ever had really delicious ones and have noticed them, and they've been a big deal, New Hampshire. So, yum. Worth the calories. I'm done.
The next day, our bags were packed and we were ready to go. We were waiting for our car service to head to Boston Logan International.
And I think he's pulling up right now. So it's about an hour and 40 minutes to Boston. Yep, there he is. And I'll see you at the airport.
When the night gets
As we made our way through the winding roads of New Hampshire, we passed beautiful places like this covered bridge. There's only 58 of them left in the state of New Hampshire. I love the history. The beautiful trees, the scenery, nothing here is like what I grew up in Colorado or where I live in California. The architecture, the landscaping, everything is different. And it's beautiful. So many lakes and rivers and streams. This is my home.
when the leaves cover me over, I'll return as rain and begin again.
Got stuck at security for like 25 minutes because of baby toys. And now to the gate.
As we taxied down the runway, I took a deep breath because I knew when we got home, we had to start RV shopping. We need to buy the RV. In fact, I may have a surprise to show you guys next week. So as we flew home, we did hit some turbulence in San Diego because there was a storm. We landed in a rainy Southern California, unusual for this time of year. Drove home to the desert, and I finally got to sleep safe and sound in my own bed and get up the next morning and start planning for everything we have to do next. I'll show you more next week. Until then, goodbye.
Lost to all who love me.
De-stress and recenter.